to the diaries.
Oh, thank you.
Well, it's almost September. Let me go through real quick what the plan is for this episode. I didn't say anything, but it kind of sounded like it. Anyway, we're going to work out on the Adventureland porch, trying to get that thing back together again. And we're going to put Porch to serious effort, except I can't use this hand anymore. Some other minor things I would expect. I would expect. There is one thing I'm going to do. I'm going to show you how to make roast stew. That is one thing I'm going to do, because I said I was going to do that last episode, and it didn't happen. So it'll happen in this one, I'm sure. I did that. I don't know why. You know, I noticed something on music videos that sometimes you have your singers up here like this, and then they'll go. I don't know how they do that without falling down, man. That like makes my brain slosh around. Well, it could be because I'm old and not designed for quick head movements. Ha! See? Yeah. Oh well, heck to get old. I said heck. It's hell to get old, but I said heck. Anyway, without any further ado, let's get going. Well, the light is behind me again, but it is what it is. And I have a new box. It says, sorry, I almost said it correctly. I have a new box right here. I know what this is, and it's for the band. And it just so happens that my knife was out from the other day when I did something. I don't know what. I did something that required this knife. Oh, when I was working out on the Adventureland porch. This has nothing to do with the Adventureland porch. Apparently neither does this knife, because it's not very sharp. Anyway. Okay. I have popped one side open. I have popped the other side open. It's open. All right, 15-foot, new 15-foot instrument cable, and a new 15-foot instrument cable. Now, I got these because in the band, a long time ago, I got two wireless jacks. Not the greatest quality, but pretty high. And they suck! So, I decided against that. This is a bag full of parts that makes up a guitar stand. And this is a bag full of more parts that make up another guitar stand. And this is a bag of Smarties. Yes, sir. My musical consultant, my instrument consultant, actually made sure the bag was full of Smarties. That's why I go to Sweetwater Music, and there's nothing else in here. I'm kind of disappointed. I was expecting another 5 to 10 window stickers, but that's okay. I got Smarties instead. Now, why do I need more guitar stands? Because I have more guitars. I have a 5 guitar stand that you all know about. And that is really for here. It keeps the guitars out of my way so I don't trip over them. Now, I have more than 5 guitars. I have Let's see, I'm looking at them right now. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm missing, oh, there, no, I'm missing one. I'll be right back. See, told you I'd be right back. So including the basses, I have 8 guitars. I also have a mandolin, a cigar box guitar, and a dulcimer. The guitarist of our band has his own guitar, and I think he has a stand for it. So I have a 5-guitar stand. Then I have 2 1-guitar stands, and I decided to get 2 more. So when we play live, because we are headed that direction, we will have 4 guitar stands for what we need up front. Why would we need 4 guitar stands? Well, actually we need 5. Oh, there's the other one. So 5 guitar stands. Because we have, for playing live, we have the Fender Strat, which is my guitarist's guitar, and then we have the Schecter 7-string. We also have a Les Paul, black Les Paul from that my son got in the Army, and it is tagged, but it is not branded. And then I have a 4-string guitar, 5-string guitar, 6-string guitar, and an 8-string.
Those are basses, you idiot!
4, the 6, and the 8. I don't need the 5 because the 6 has everything that the 5's got. And then 1. So I'm a little hot and sweaty right now because I've been out in the storage unit and getting some of the tikis and so forth to use for the Adventureland porch. And what did I say last episode? What did I say would happen as soon as I put the new speaker horn up? What did I say would happen? I found the original. And let me tell you what, I'm going to put this one up in place where I put the other one. And even though that was a lot of work, this one, it just looks better. It is the original. It had the best sound. You can see it's a darker gray. It looks like it's been around for a million years. It was actually in a box, so it hasn't had any debris land on it. So, yeah, just like I said. And it's wired up. And I just kicked the wire over to the side. So, yeah, I also found parts of the old thing, which I never called the same thing twice, the lean-to, the overhang, the whatever I was calling it. I found all of the canvas and the burlap sheets and that. So when I get started once again, very soon, on this video very soon, I'll have most of everything I need to make it start looking good. Canopy! That's the word I was looking for. Canopy. Canopy. That actually sounds kind of disgusting, doesn't it? But you know what I mean. I was about to go out and work on the Adventureland porch, take the the new speaker off and put the old one back in its place. And then Hurricane Flybull showed up, and it's really, it's not like it's pouring down rain yet or anything, or, you know, it's not storming crazy yet, but it's storming enough where it'd be difficult to manipulate things like burlap sheets and ropes and things like that. It's just blowing all over. So, dad blasted, I guess we'll wait. Might be able to get to it some tomorrow, although tomorrow is a work day, but I have, you know, the entire day till 6 in the evening. So, we will, we'll see what happens in the next, say, 10-15 minutes. And if it dies down, I don't think it's going to. We've had storms during the evenings here recently. Oh, never mind. It's not going to die down. I'm watching the trees go, hey, look over here! So, yeah. Well, I'll try to get to some of it tomorrow. I also have a small wasp nest in the corner that I'm not sure if I want to deal with it or not. It's not in the way of anything, and I believe they're paper wasps, so they're not, you know, aggressive or anything like that. But I don't know. I don't like having them on my porch. I don't. So, yeah, I guess, well, there goes that plan for now, anyway. Yeah, this is about 3 minutes after I just spoke about it. It be rain, and it sounds nice. Of course, I also have other sound effects in the background, but so I have my door wide open, air this place out a bit. I just wish it was a little cooler, so when it aired this place out, it didn't fill it with really super hot air. We're on our way to lunch, and to fulfill my death wish, Kane's driving this car, which is a Honda Accord. A Honda Accord. It's an SR something, I'm sure. And we're heading over to Chili's because we're unimaginative, and that's the only place we go outside of Kane's and Islands. They have tacos. That's right. I'm feeling like some chicken enchiladas too. It's this song that's doing it. We are here at Chili's, which is our go-to, because this is the place we went to. And we have the same conundrum going on here. Because this guy here can't decide what he wants to eat. And he has a canker sore, so he has to be careful that he doesn't eat anything like their deep-fried razor blades or something like that. Rocks. Pieces of debris, you know. We just got done working on the video for the song we just did. Who's laughing now? Man. So now we're trying to be quiet because you don't want to disturb people around us.
Can I start you two off with some drinks?
Yes, I'd like the Coke Zero.
Coke Zero? Got it. Good for you?
Can I have a Shirley Temple?
Shirley Temple? Sure. I'll get those started. I'll be back.
Thank you.
Fancy.
He likes his drinks mixed. You can tell her shaken, not stirred.
Shirley Temple on the rocks. You know how it is.
Shirley Temple was on the rocks for a while. But we won't go into that story.
I'm not elderly, I don't get it.
No, you don't have to be elderly. You just have to be knowledgeable.
Well, who knew a child star would spiral into, you know, adult lifelong problems?
So, I'm getting the chicken enchilada soup, which should be a surprise to nobody.
Very creative.
And I'm getting the Caesar salad, which should surprise the same people the soup did. And the chips, because we must have the chips. The chips and the dip is amazing here. Meanwhile, Binky over here is getting...
I'm actually trying something new today. Actually, it's nothing new. I just couldn't decide what I wanted, so I got the 3-piece, the triple dipper one, and I got sliders, chicken strips, and wings, boneless wings. So not wings, but you know, it's all toddler food that I've eaten before. But I just couldn't decide which baby food I wanted to have.
Oh look! There they are! Yes, every once in a while you come up with a pretty good zinger there. I got the same thing because I never have it unless I come here, and I never come here by myself. Well, that's not true. I do come here by myself once in a while. I have video to prove it. Okay, I'm in my kitchen. I got my hair pulled back. And that means cooking time. I promised last episode that I'd show you how to make this episode. So since we're in this episode, I'm going to show you how to make it. What we're going to be making is rogue stew. Now, rogue stew is something I used to make back in my SCA days. That's the Society of Creative Anachronisms, Living History, and all that kind of stuff. The people who put on the Ren Fair. And I used to be part of that silliness. But I never said huzzah, nor will I. Anyway, I just did. Anyway, this is something that I'd have going on, boiling, cooking in front of my tent. And if anybody wanted to come by and add, not to the stew, but add side dish, a meal of anything, bread, cheese, you know, vegetables, or something like that, that was fine. But this was the rogue stew. And it smells really good, especially if you use the proper stuff. Now, generally, you would use stew beef for this, but I'm not. I'm going to use, these are petite sirloins, and it doesn't really matter what meat you use, the better, you know, the better the quality, the better it's going to be. And some people are going to say, you're wasting money. No, those were manager specials. So, first thing we're going to do is we're going to cut those into almost dice, like little strips, about an inch long or so. And we'll do that part first. Now, just a reminder as I kick the tripod that I have stained hands. They are not dirty. I have washed them. I'm a mechanic and my hands never come completely clean. But unless I really work at it, and I didn't really want to work at it that hard tonight. Anyway, so now we have those. Now comes step this many. Okay, for step 2, we're going to take this here container, it's a little plastic container right here, you see right there. And we're going to put in it some all-purpose flour. Now, I keep my flour in the freezer. I keep most of my grains in the freezer because that way, if there are any weevils in it before I got it or after I got it, they will be dead. They do not do well in cold temperatures. So I keep my grains in the freezer. Okay, so we've got, well, I don't know, about a third of a cup, well, maybe a quarter of a cup of flour there. And what we're going to add to it first is minced onion. Just like that. About a half a teaspoon. Cajun seasoning. Now, in the SCA, I did not use Cajun seasoning. I used garlic and all that fun stuff. Lots of salt and pepper, but can't do salt and pepper. So we're going to do about a half a tablespoon there, maybe a little more. Some onion powder, which I have to bang because it's, wait, I didn't say that right. I have to bang on the counter because it's turned into a block and it does not come loose at all. There we go. Just a couple of shakes. Then we need some garlic powder. Whoa! Okay, that was too much. Let's see if I can pull a little bit out of there. Alright. Pull a little of that out of there. And then we want to add a little bit of cayenne pepper. Just a skosh. I'm going to pour this in my hand first so I don't overdo it. There we go. Now, we take this and we mix it up. There. It's mixed up, just like me. We're going to put in about a tablespoon of butter. And we're going to warm that up to 100 million degrees. Now just turn on the burner. Turn it on so it'll melt. Now we take our meat. Let's move this back here. We're going to put the whole shebang in here. Except for that piece, which is going to go in the garbage. Alright. Everybody got it so far? Alright, so what we've done is we've cut up the beef. We have filled the container with flour, Creole seasoning, minced onion, a little onion powder, a little garlic powder, and a little cayenne pepper. Okay? Got that. Now we have butter in the pot, because this all cooks in one pot. Does not require extra anythings. We have the butter in the pot. We're waiting for that to melt. In the meantime, we're going to take this meat with the flour. We're going to make sure it's sealed so I don't spray flour all over myself. And then we're going to shake it all up. Just like that. You can sing Cement Mixer Putty Putty if you want to.
Cement Mixer Putty Putty. Cement Mixer Putty Putty.
Okay. So, as we can see here, at least you can if I point at it, the butter is starting to melt. We're going to take our beef. And we are going to get the thingy, take our beef and just right in there. And we want to brown that. We don't want to cook it all the way through. If we can avoid it, we want to brown it. There's my, I knew my was around here somewhere. Okay. Now while it's in here, we're going to add a little salt, just a bit, and a little pepper, if I can find where my pepper shaker is. Probably right in front of my face. Alright. Keep this browning. Browning very well, thank you very much. And then heat a little bit, and we will add 3 cups of water. Here it comes, ready or not. 1, 2, 3. Now to this we're going to add some beef bouillon. Yes, I know that using bouillon is kind of cheating, but in this instance we kind of need to. So we have 3 cups of water, so we're going to need 3 tablespoons of beef bouillon. I'm sorry, 3 teaspoons of beef bouillon. There's 1, 2, 3, and just a skosh because number 1 wasn't a full teaspoon. There we go. So far seems, well, it looks kind of simplistic if you don't think about everything that was in that flour. Now the next thing we need to add to this is the barley. And I keep the barley in the freezer for the same reason I keep the flour in the freezer. Now remember that barley absorbs a lot of water. So you only want to put about a half a cup in. I have a little bit too much here. And as well, we want to put in about a half cup corn. Make it lovely. Now, as that warms up, we have the final main ingredient to put in, and that is the potatoes. Alright, so we're going to use red potatoes. I love red potatoes. They go with anything except ice cream. Now, there is an expression. It's an Irish expression that says you can never have too many potatoes. In this, yes, you can't have too many potatoes. So you have to be careful that you don't overdo it, remembering that the barley is going to absorb a lot of that water. So I have 3 small red potatoes, and I'm going to dice them up and just drop them right in here. Just drop it in, just right in. Alright, finishing up putting in the potatoes here. Now, we're going to take this whole mess, we're going to add a little bit of seasoning to the soup itself. And then we're going to cover it with a bigger lid than that one. And we're going to let that sit there and simmer for an entire hour. 60 minutes! As opposed to an hour. Now, you see this flour? You don't want to toss this last bit, because we're going to use this to thicken the stew if need be. Now usually it's not too terribly necessary, but every once in a while you want that good hearty thickness, so we hang on to that until that. So this will now sit here and burble for an hour. We'll come back and check on it soon. Alright, so the reed is up. I had just enough, which is good because I can't afford to get any more right now. Now I move this back, start putting the greenery up here. It's going to look really nice. Well, the weather is much cooler, but it sure ain't any less humid. I'm sweating my brains out. Anyway, I got the reed up. Got some of the plants out there. I need new plants. Mine are just don't look good. So somehow I'm going to have to find a way to afford some new greenery. And now that Hobby Lobby is gone, yeah, I didn't tell you about that. Hobby Lobby is gone. I'm going to have to use Michael's and At Home. So fortunately there are alternatives, but I'll need to do that pretty soon. Still need to take the speaker down and put the light up. But I'm going to take a break. Whew. That's right. This is the filament lights. 4 filaments. So when the time comes to hang it up, it's going to be just perfect. 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 And pretty good too. Poof. Actually, it may not be as perfect as I was hoping. It's a little bright. I guess I'll test it out and see how it looks out on the set. And if it's too bright, I'll get a dimmer light bulb. That's what I'll do. Alright, I've got the new speaker taken down. And the old original, the good one, the one that looks the part. I'm going to put it up. which means I'm kind of redoing this whole part again. Oh, he's not cooperating. So I guess I'm going to have to get the hot glue and glue it in place and then wrap it. Gosh. I mean, if it wasn't for, I'd be kind of irritated. And about there, I think. Do is move the power supply from here over to that side, so all the cables are nice and close together. Looks pretty good, but I think that light might be too bright. We'll find out later. We are getting there. Okay, it's been an hour. We're going to check it out. We have our extra flour in case we need to thicken it a bit. Let's have a look. That does not need thickening. That's perfect. Now let me tell you something about this. It's delicious. It's called Rogue Stew. And if you try it out, you will not be disappointed. Let's see how those potatoes are. Oh, they're perfect. Well, it's dinner time, so actually it's an hour and a half past dinner time. So yeah, that light's a little too bright. Just a little. I need some about 15, 25 watt that looks right, not just a real frosted bulb. And it's a matter of trying to find an old style light bulb. It's going to be fun, I'm sure. But for right now, we're going to end this episode. What the heck are you doing? Come back here. Thank you. Next episode. Stop! Thank you. Next episode, we'll be working some more on that. And, yeah, I had a couple of things I wanted to do in Haunted Mansion homage as well. So, we will get to that. And some other things. We need to get out of the house. I need to get out of the house. Eventually. Soon. Sooner than soon, I hope. We will go do a road thing somewhere. It may not be very far. It may be about like out to Ace Hardware. But we will do something before too long, as far as that is concerned. And I think working... You know, it's September. You know what that means? It means it's almost time for my favorite year, which is October, November, December. So I got to get things ready in here for Halloween anyway. So we will get to work back on the... Now what are you doing? The Haunted Mansion homage and the Adventureland Porch simultaneously. And I'll have to decide what I'm going to do on the porch for the for Halloween without doing too much to what I've already done doing what I'm doing and that I've done. Yeah. So until that time, we will have to take care of things inside here. So when people come on Halloween, all 9 of them, they'll have something to view. Okay? In the meantime, you guys have yourselves a great couple of weeks. End of line.